Seekonk Speedway, the action track of the East.
I run the bottom all night long. That leaves the top open for me. Next.
Hey, rolling. Son of a gun.
South Attleboro High School?
Huh?
South Attleboro High School? Where'd you go to school? Where'd you go to school?
Kentucky.
Kentucky. The photographer don't like it. It looks like the green, and yes, we're racing as Chris Robbins brings that number 91 down, around, and off and running. Chris Robbins in the 91s. Tony Osuski in the 7 trying to hold on the 65 on the road.
Okay.
This is the first heat for the street division. That 27 car, that's Kevin Hawk. Kevin is still trying to get that car to get around the racetrack. He's been working on it for the past couple, 3 weeks. He's working at it.
The flexibility.
Scott Serenditsky in the multicolored, rainbow-colored 53, looking for a hole to get through as Chris Robbins. Chris Robbins has the lead.
How can you turn up the volume on that? On the
Chris Robbins with the lead in second spot. It's Ron LaRoe. Car number 67. 38 is Keith Moreau. Keith Moreau looking for a way to get through the traffic, trying to get down through. He and the 7 car, Tony Osuski, working it over. The 24 automobile is going backwards right now as Chris McGee is stuck on the inside. Up around the outside goes the 81 of Jimmy Lawrence. Jimmy Lawrence at the halfway mark is pushing hard. Jimmy Lawrence on the Conosaurus being yellow number 81, making it 3 deep all the way around. Let's see what happens. Oh, the 7 of Tony Osuski is going backward. Down the inside goes the 53 of Scott Serenditsky, and Scott's looking for a hole. Scott gets down the inside. sitting there in third, going in the third spot now is Sereditsky as he's down the backstretch. Your leader is still Chris Robbins, who came out of the gate on that pole position. Chris Robbins on the pole. There's Chris Robbins on the pole and the 67 automobile, 65 automobile, Ronnie LaRoe. Ron LaRoe is holding on to that second, but just by the skin of his teeth right now, as Scott Sereditsky continues to push hard on the outside. Scott Sereditsky and the 38 car of Keith LaRoe. Now Sereditsky has moved up alongside of LaRoe. Sereditsky making a go for it with 2 laps remaining. Sereditsky right down tight. White flag coming out. White flag is out. White flag is out for Chris Robbins. Chris Robbins to the 91. Sereditsky still wants a piece of that lead. With a half a lap to go, Sereditsky is pulled to the outside and is pouring the coals to it. Sereditsky in that 53 comes out of the turn. Sereditsky wins it. Sereditsky wins it at the last minute as Chris Robbins got a little bit squirrely coming off that 4th turn, and that was all owned and sponsored that automobile. Kevin, quite a change the last minute there in that first one with Scott Sereditsky taking the win. And what do we got going for us on the second one?
Okay, the second race piling out onto the track now, scheduled to go like this on the pole out of Pawtucket, Rhode Island in the body talk. Number 110 for Kevin Folan. Outside of Kevin out of Attleboro, Mass. And the number 96, Sparky Arsenal. Second row back, inside lane out of Seekonk, Mass. The Quality Aluminum and Vinyl Products, Dick & Sons Auto. Number 25 for Dave. Your front row, Dave Furtado and Leonard McQuaid run out your second row. Green flag is out, we're underway. Kevin Folan with a decent jump. Sparky Arsenal following in right on the side. David Furtado behind him. 45, Leonard McQuaid still on the outside, tries to duck down, but the 49 of Dave Westgate is right there. Little loose coming out of the corner, the 45 of Leonard McQuaid. He gathers it up and doesn't lose any position. Good break for Sparky Arsenal as he was able to duck down on the inside. Kevin Folan still out front. David Furtado runs second. 00 Gene Weston slowing up through 1 and 2. Furtado on the inside of Folan for the lead into 1. Coming out of 2, we got a race. David Furtado with the jump off the corner takes the lead. Folan drops in back for second. Arsenal still running third. McQuaid fourth. The 49 of Dave Westgate rounding out your top 5. Making his way through the field, the 08 of Russ Bryant. Started back in the 9th position. He's on the outside of Mike Camara, trying to get by him and the 4 of Rob Kohler. Kohler to the inside of the 9 of Mike Hope, trying to get away from that 5th spot. Bryant to the outside. Remember, only 6 cars qualify. We got 5 laps down, 5 laps to go. A little bit of a jam up in the corner. Tough break for Jerry DeGasperi. He's got a flat right rear tire as he tangles up with Mike Hope. Yeah, I know. Caution flag comes out for Jerry DeGasperi. He's unable to get that car back into the pit area. Tough break for him as he's moved into the top 5 in points after last week's fine 3rd place run. And the extra, they hit the line. They hit the gas. Green flag is out. We're back underway. Good jump for Furtado. Leonard McQuaid drops in behind for second. 3 wide going into the corner for that 3rd spot. Rob Kohler on the inside. Westgate in the middle. Little sideways coming out of the corner. He gathers it up. And Sparky Arsenal on the outside. Those are your top 5. Mike Camara right now in the middle of a jam for that 6th spot. Matt Dewey in the 02 underneath. And the 08 of Russ Bryant on the outside. Sparky Arsenal drifts a little high through the corner, allows Camara and Dewey to get underneath. Both of them get by along with Russ Bryant. Sparky loses a couple of spots down the backstretch. Looks like he's going to have to work his way through the consi. Tough break. Russ Bryant in the 08 car. As his car stalls going down the front straightaway, he's going slow through that 1st and 2nd corner. Al Rodriguez gives him the 2 to go signal. David Furtado out front. 45 running second. Looks like Russ Bryant is stalled in turn 2. And the caution is going to have to come out. Bryant gets his car fired up again. And Al Rodriguez is going to red checker this one 2 laps short.
That wasn't too much of a question.
And it looks like David Furtado takes the win in this first street stock heat. Leonard McQuaid second, and we're going to wait for the scorers to give us the official word on the rest of them. You ready, Pete? And Pete Silver is by my side, and he's ready to give you the lineup for the third street stock event.
Thanks, Kevin. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome here tonight, Saturday, July 29th at Seekonk Speedway. Another warm night of racing. We'll heat it up even more with a lot of great action for you. This is the third street stock division heat. In the pole position, it's the number 89 car out of Middleborough, Gary Wainwright. On the outside of Gary from North Attleboro, number 70, Lee Palmer. Here's Lee's fan club. We're underway. We've got the green flag for our third street stock division heat. Holding the pace, but maybe not for long, is 89 in car Gary Wainwright. On the outside is Lee Palmer and that bright green 70.
He's having trouble getting the rest
But
of the...
he's not making his way around. He's losing some ground.
Yeah,
Gary Wainwright, 89 and up through the pack. Number 59, Jose Ferro, trying to stay out of trouble. On the outside of the number 6 is Steve Blaze, doing a tremendous job making his way through the field. Getting down low, Blaze is trying to get on the inside. Excuse me, that's the 62 of Russ Tatro.
Blaze is 2 cars behind him.
Tatro, way down on the inside, going down deep, trying to make his way underneath Gary Wainwright. Will he do it? He gets loose. He gets loose, but recovers well. But still is a challenge for Wainwright, the 89. And Tatro is everywhere as the middle of the pack now gets very, very crazy.
Flat tire on the 70.
Left rear
And
flat.
number 70 car, looks like it's got a flat tire, the left rear corner. And sideways we get now in turn 4, the 84 and the 72. Albert Clements in that 72 car ends up in the infield. The 84 of Dave Radcliffe back underway, but this changes the pace of the leaders. At our halfway mark, Jimmy Sylvia in the 116 is now your leader, being chased very, very hard by Jeff Waterman in that gray 120. And now we've got the 41 car losing ground. It looked like he may have gotten locked up. He broke up in that 41 automobile. And the real race is at your leaders right now between the 120 car and the 116. Jimmy Sylvia in the 116 on the outside. And there's Waterman going down underneath, taking advantage of that low groove. It's the 59 car, Jose Ferro Jr. That red automobile, 1, 2, and 3 with 2 laps to go. 2 laps are remaining in this third street stock heat. And I believe the top 6 will qualify. And now, off goes the number 89 car, Wainwright, into the pits. Dropping out, maybe we'll see him back in the consolation. With 1 lap to go, Jeff Waterman has no challengers. And the race for 6th is between the 16 car. That 26 car, Pete Fernandez is 4th, really battling it out. Roland Wheeler in the 16, there's your checker flag. Let's see who makes it. Well, it's a tough call, because up through the pack came Russ Tatro in the 62 to round out your top 6. But Jeff Waterman in the 120 takes the checker flag.
Yes, we do. We're underway. Car number 91. That's Bob. That's Watkins. He's falling all the way back, but on the point right now is Bob the Boys. But no, not quite. John Kraft takes the point. John Kraft, who was last year's Rookie of the Year, finished 10th in points. He has an 836cc Suzuki engine, the maximum displacement allowed. He's bringing every bit of that displacement, but in the meantime, the Boys is falling to 4th place. Tim Adams, car number 1, holds up 3rd. Still up front as they're about to lap McDonald. Is his brother, Tim Adams. Now 51 takes over. 51 is Don Adams. And now they're going back again. Looks like we're going to have a hammer and tong fight for the finish here.
gangbusters, doesn't he? Jeez.
And still, Don Adams in car 51 on the point.
60's losing.
And 60 starting to drift back a little. It's now a fight among the Adams family. And we got a yellow flag. Turn 2, car number 87. Excuse me. That's car number 97. We stand corrected. And then Tim Adams has rejoined the fray, folks. Maybe he has enough time to blister through the pack. Right now, the fight's still up front between John Kraft Jr. and we got a red flag lap. Looks like the fight's going between Kraft and Tim Adams. Tim Adams, let's see what he can do. No, he's not going to get it. It's John Kraft. Tim Adams. 49th, B.J. McDonald. The car number 69, that's Brian McGowan. Then we have the 20 of Bob Du Bois, our pole. Back. Now we're getting green flag. And Zazula is trying to take the point by going around the outside pole here. Storero. Tieback is falling way back. He's hoping to finish this event. And AJ Zazula with the Westchester Tool car. He's up front. Now Joe Lord make his move. We got side by side for third place between Coy and our pole here, Storero. Whoa, I thought I saw Zazula there three-wheeling it, lifting his inside. There he goes. His right side wheel, ladies and gentlemen, as comes through turns 2 and 3, lift. It tells you the effective G-forces thanks to the wings and also the banking of this track. Halfway, 4 up and 4 down. Joe Lord's closing in. He doesn't have that wheel lift problem. He's trying to go around the inside. And he gets it. On that max stretch, we have a new leader. But Zazula might be trying to make a last-ditch attempt. We'll see. 2 laps to go. Time around. In fact, we have less than a circuit to go. Lord can coast from here. He doesn't need to. For second spot, it's Zazula over Coy. Then Mike Tieback running up the top 5. Andy Storero. Then the 78 of Ken Hurt.
If you noticed on the Indianapolis cars this year, the downforce got so strong that they had to change what was happening under the cars, as they say that an Indianapolis car tries to fly upside down, and that's what keeps the downforce.
It becomes a big debate among racing people whether to use aerodynamics or not. In the case of traditional open wheelers, in case they go over, you have extra crunch space. On the other hand, some people say, well, that you lose control, and there you go, into the wall, into the infield.
And as you may have noticed on the tele.
Hit the line. Green flag is out. We're underway. Ronald Reed gets a good jump on the start. Vanessa drops in behind him. Herb Wright drops back to the 3rd spot. Ed Gann in the 3rd drops down to the inside of Bill Goodrow for that 4th spot. Right behind him, Ed Leclerc and Kenny Kohler Jr. battling for position, along with Rob Murray, Corey Goodrow, and Leroy Hudson in the 0-2. Gannon out to the outside of the 16 of Herb Wright, trying to get his way to the front. Leclerc up into 5th. Goodrow back to 6th. Kenny Cole is still on the outside. Rob Murray trying to make his way to the front in that 08 car. Gannon falters just a bit. The 42 of Ed Leclerc underneath him, trying to get that 3rd spot. Still up front, Ronald Reed in the 89 second, the 9 of Paul Vanessa. Top 3 cars are winless so far this year. Bobby Leclerc and Ed Gannon both have a win to their credit in 1995. Al Rodriguez shows them 6 laps down, 6 laps to go. Gannon still trying to hold on to that 5th spot, but now battle for the last qualifying position, Corey Boudreau and Bill Goodrow. Goodrow sideways in the corner. Kenny Kohler gets a little bit caught up, but he pulls away. And the only one caught up into that official would be the 32 of Bill Goodrow. Tough break for him as he was running 6 at the time of that spin. Al Rodriguez looking him over. Green flag is out. We're back underway. Reed with a good jump. Finesse falters just a bit on the start. He gathers it back up and starts pulling away. But it drops him back to 3rd spot. Ed Gannon on the inside trying to take over that spot. Bobby Leclerc and Corey Boudreau right now run 5th and 6th. Rob Murray trying to make his way to the front. Ken Kohler also trying to make his way to the front. Two and a half laps to go again for Ronald Reed out front. So we got a battle for that 5th and 6th spot. Rob Murray now to the inside of Corey Boudreau. Paul Vaness drops back to 5th. Bobby Leclerc up to 4th. Corey Boudreau tries the high line around Vaness, trying to make his way to the front. White flag is out. We got 1 lap to go. The side-by-side race for that 6th place. Ronald Reed out front. Robert Wright 2nd. Ed Gannon 3rd. Bobby Leclerc 4th. Paul Vaness 5th. But it's Rob Murray and Corey Boudreau for that 6th spot. Coming out of turn number 4. And I believe Corey Boudreau did get the spot. We're going to wait for the... That one we do know. And I just want to make a note. Al Rodriguez out on the flag stand. Those are a new set of flags he has tonight. And those were donated by our other starter, Ron Manfredo, in a gesture of friendship and sportsmanship. Thank you, Ron. And to give us the lineup for the second Sportsman Heat event is Pete Silva.
Thanks, Kevin. Yeah, I saw Ron earlier this evening. It's wonderful to see him back here at the track. They're ready to go. Approaching that line on turn 4. The green flag is down. Rich McRae leading the field, getting down in that inside groove. Billy Manchester in that white 95 right behind him, and Kenny Bamford in the 15. The top 6 will qualify. And up through the field, it's the number 18 of Steve Ribby, who started in 6th position. Fighting his way to get on the inside of the top 4. Glenn Lawton in the orange and white 70, holding him back, and a fine job indeed. Meanwhile, in the lead, Rich McRae out of Swansea, hanging on, holding his position, as Billy Manchester in the 95 now really making his way to the back. It's McRae, it's Manchester, it's Bamford, 1, 2, 3. And the race right now, for 6th position, Tom Scully in the 7 car. Trying to get inside, get a qualifying post, maintaining it as the number 18 of Steve Ribby's knocking on his door. But right now, it's Tom Scully in the number 7, rounding out the top 6 and is the final qualifier. As we see it now, halfway in this second Sportsman Division heat. Rich McRae in the 13 doing a fine job with all the tension that's being put against him by Billy Manchester in that 95 Rainbow Rentals car. That is a lot of pressure. And again, the field stays single file as they go through turn 4. And now, they break through Glenn Lund in the 70, trying to make some position, make some room, getting around Kenny Bamford in the 15, but he cannot do it. Glenn Lund in that 70 really trying to make his move up high in the groove. But nothing changes for the top 6 qualifiers with 2 laps to go.
Preston Heat is keeping the noise in the entrance down. Preston Heat is keeping the noise in the entrance down.
Glenn Lund racing as if it was a feature.
I'm
On
sure.
in that 70 car on the outside of Glenn Young in the 99. With 1 lap to go. Tom Scully still in the 7 car, rounding out the top 6 qualifiers in this division heat. Looking for the checker flag. Here it is, Rich McRae, with Tom Scully in 6th position, rounding out the top 6 for the Sportsman 2nd.
Sunday afternoon from 1 to 6 p.m. there is a benefit dinner in honor of Mr. Manfredo at the Elks Lodge in Warwick, Rhode Island. It's at 1915 West Shore Road. It's a steamship round dinner, and donations are just $20 per person. For those of you who are interested, those tickets available down at the program booth. Yeah, they let us know. And here's Jim with the lineup for the 3rd of 3 Sportsman Heat events.
As the green is out, and Ken Colvin grabs a good section of it. Coming along, Dana Willis in the 55 tries to keep right in there. There's the 53 of Steve Taylor. He's looking for a way to get up. Look out for the 17. He gets a little squirrely, he gets tapped in the back trying to square away, and everybody gets by him. Everybody gets by him as the 17 of Mike Becker looking for training wheels or something on that automobile to try to get it through the turn.
Jim, that 19 car did a great job of moving through the pack, huh?
I thought he was going to move through Steve Taylor, but through Mike Becker, as a matter of fact. As the 6 maintains his hold on the lead, and Dave Titus in the 2 is holding on to 2nd. We still have that battle between Dana Willis and the 53 of Steve Taylor. Taylor up around the outside. Bobby Pellin would like to get up into the action, but now he sees a hole behind and under Taylor as the 2 kind of leans into the side of the 6 looking for the inside road. It's a little bit gooey out there right now. You can tell how gooey going it is as the car is going into the turn really bogged down heavy. Ken Colvin trying to hold it on. He's being hit by everything with the kitchen sink behind him. The 53 of Steve Taylor can't quite stay on that outside. Doesn't get a good jump out of the turns. Ray Alexander does get a good bite, but can't go anyplace. Taylor goes in very, very deep, very, very quickly, but lays it back coming out of the turns. He needs about 3 more or something or other. As Ken Colvin has it. The 2 continues to challenge, looking for that inside road. Gives him a thank you, man. Nobody can break out of the deadlock. With 2 more to go, in the lead is Ken Colvin. Ken Colvin in the lead. He cannot seem to break loose. He cannot seem to break loose and break it out. Kellen gets under the 4. Remember, only 6 to qualify, I believe. With the white flag coming out. Little tire smoke between the 45 and the 19. Here's your finish. The 2 is squirrely. That slows down that outside road. Your winner is Colvin. And I believe the 55 head.
For Joey Cirillo, went outside of Joey out of Forest, Rhode Island. And the Paul Massey Pontiac Palmer Spring, number 25, will be Kevin Knabb. Starting 5th out of Rochester, Mass. In the Converse Photo Supply, number 3, Bruce Goma Taylor. And outside of Bruce, out of Seekonk, Mass. In the Cisco's Performance Custom Performance Engines, number 87, is Mike Cavallaro. Starting 7th out of North Dartmouth, Mass. In the Big Wheel Truck Sales, Streetcar Limited, W.S. Shepherd, number 64, is George Rigo, and outside of George out of Cumberland, Rhode Island. In the Ron's Auto Supply, Coya Sanitation, number 57, is Wayne Newman. Starting 9th out of on the 2nd row, Al Rodriguez looking him over, green flag is out, we're underway. Thompson and Dyer side by side across the line into 1. Thompson on the inside gets a little bite. Cirillo right behind him. Dyer's not giving up on the outside. already passed 3 cars on that first lap to get his way into a qualifying spot. Joey Cirillo now challenging the 29 of Manny Dias for that second spot. Coleman Taylor in 4th. Tony Dias in the 22 5th. We got a 3-wide battle down the back stretch. Joey Cirillo trying 3 wide. He backs out, not enough room there. Jeff Thompson still leading them around. Manny Dias in the 29, running second. Joey Cirillo tries again. Kevin Knapp goes around on the backstretch. Oh, tough hit. George Rigo with nowhere to go gets into the back of the 23 of Steve Channing. Tough break for Steve Channing. He started back in the 12th spot, as he got hit hard in the back by the 64, George Rigo. George Rigo bringing it green once again. Al Rodriguez waves the green flag. We're underway. George Rigo brings his 64 back out onto the track. Jeff Thompson trying to hold on to that lead, but Manny Dias thinking otherwise. Joey Cirillo trying to make it 3 wide. Not enough room. He backs out. Coleman Taylor on the outside running 4th. 5th, Tony Dias Jr. in the 22 6th. The number 9 of Chad Chase, 3 wide again down the backstretch. Still not enough room for Joey Cirillo on the inside. Manny Dias still holds on to that second spot on the outside. Jeff Thompson in the 46 still holding on to the lead. Can you just throw all those under there so they don't blow away, please? Bobby Tripp to the outside of Chad Chase, trying to make his way to the front. Joey Cirillo to the inside of Jeff Thompson for the lead. Finally got to identify them. Little jam session out of turn number 2. Everybody playing bumper tag. Everybody pulls away. Manny Dias faltering on the outside. Back to that 4th spot. But Joey Cirillo out front opens up a commanding lead. Tony Dias, Manny Dias, and Jeff Thompson still battling for that second spot. Chad Chase and Coleman Taylor. And along comes Bobby Tripp and that number 88. Yeah. Actually, hold them until after this heat is done, then I'll do it. Jeff Thompson still holding on to that second spot. Tony Dias putting heavy pressure on him. Manny Dias faltering just a bit. The number 9 of Chad Chase trying to make a race out of it for that 4th spot. As Joey Cirillo, he's checking out on this one. Al Rodriguez letting him know he's not happy with a couple of the bumper tag that's being played with some of these drivers. Joey Cirillo still way out front. Jeff Thompson holding on. Chad Chase to the inside of Tony Dias in that 22 car for that 3rd spot. Jeff Thompson still runs second. White flag is out. One more lap for Joey Cirillo. Jeff Thompson runs second. Tony Dias and Chad Chase making 3 wide. Oh, contact into turn number 1. Tony Dias into the wall. Thompson goes around. Lenny Ellis goes around, and the caution flag is out.
What do they look like?
What do they look like?
They look like they got a Kawasaki key. Those are the ones.
Get a brown thing on them. With a razor.
It's a
Okay. Mike Cavallaro runs 6. Green flag is out. We're back underway. Joey Cirillo with a good jump takes over the lead. Bobby Tripp falls into second on the inside of Chad Chase. Chad drops just a bit. Coming out of turn number 4, Al Rodriguez waves. 1 lap to go. Joey Cirillo up front, Bobby Tripp second, Manny Dias, Chad Chase, and Bruce Taylor round out your top 5. 6, the 87 of Mike Cavallaro. His checkered flag is out. Good run for Joey Cirillo. Jim's sitting here waiting for something to do, and I think I'm going to hand the mic over to him and let him give you the rundown for the second Pro Stock Heat.
As we continue to chew on a cup of black coffee, if you have not had the black coffee, it is absolutely good. And I'm a firm believer. Sometimes a hot cup of coffee on a night like tonight is what's needed, right? And that's we have. absolutely fresh brewed coffee, not the stuff that they used to make out of the powder and everything like that. This is fresh brewed coffee right over at our refreshment stand, so stop by and pick it up. Dave Sylvia from Warwick, Rhode Island, the Colony Truck Center Sweeney's Trucking Putnam Equipment number 0 will be starting on the pole. The white number. Now they can go ahead and train them racing. Down the inside goes the Ford with Fred Estelle taking advantage of a problem in the 0. And whoa! It's an outside road. The 0 not going. Dave Sylvia having troubles with that 0 automobile. As the Ford being challenged by Rayleigh in the 33. Luckily, the 10 of Mike Bowler is up there in 3rd. Last week that car was on rails. Mike Bowler in the Zeke's number 10. Red Estelle in the lead. Rayleigh is 2nd. Mike Bowler in the 10 is 3rd. Dooley in the 1 is 4th. And the 94 Radical Rick is 5th with Tex Berry in the 18 in that black number 18 automobile. Sitting in 6th spot. Dion appears to be pretty well trapped as he can't get ahead or alongside. So is Jimmy Kiln as they want to get out of the box they're in. Now they move up. Dion looking to get out around that 74 automobile. At the halfway mark, it's halfway. Radical Rick alongside of Houlihan. As they both come in, Lord Bowler. Oh, by himself, well out in front is Fred Estelle Jr. as the Ford likes the heat. Ford 48 liking the heat, getting well out in front. Rayleigh trying to stay within sight. Houlihan trying to get up. Bowler close to the door. Houlihan was almost in there. As Rick Martin and Dick Houlihan side by 8 trying to get by. As the 10 car, the lots of road that track, closes the door again on the 1. The 10 coming out of the 4th turn wide and cutting across to get into the 1st turn. Let's see what happens again this time. As Houlihan tries to get after him. Can't quite get the job done. Houlihan is looking for that space, but can't quite get it in there. Now to the outside goes Rick Martin. And Martin holds the 10 down through the turn. This is going to slow the 10 down. With 2 laps to go. This is slowing that 10 down. As Martin slows down Bowler by keeping him into that inside groove all the way around. White flag. A lot of science going into the race right now. Martin gets by the 10. Almost. No. Bowler continuing to pull out of that turn. Bowler with a lot of strength coming out of the 2nd. Not coming out of the 4th. And it was the Ford-powered 48 automobile.
Frank Kaiser. And on the inside of Frank, from New Bedford, number 41, Pete Rhoda. On the outside of the 2nd row, from East Douglas, number 82, Scott Sundin. From Rehoboth, it's the number 9 car of Mike Hope. On the outside of the 1st row, out of Fiskville, Rhode Island, number 16, it's Roland Wheeler. And taking the pole position tonight in the street stock 1st consolation race from Ed. We're underway. The green flag drops, ladies and gentlemen. The street stock consolation is underway. Chris McGee in the 24 car. That white automobile staving off a challenge from Roland Wheeler in the 16 as Wheeler gets sideways, recovers but loses some geography, as they say. Wheeler now on the outside. That 82 car, Scott Sundin, trying to make up some time. It's Sundin on the inside, taking advantage of Wheeler's weakness. And on 21 car, Pete Rhoda. Chris McGee in the 24 with absolutely no challengers at this time. And that number 9 car, Mike Bowe, who's dropped back quite a few spots. He's starting on the inside of the second row. He's currently in 6th, and I believe that would be your last qualifier. And Kevin Boucher is telling me the top 4. So that takes Mike Bowe completely out of the running right now, the way he's going. Roland Wheeler in the 16 car, wrapping up the top 4, qualifying for the feature event in this street stock division. And there are no challenges for that qualifying post right now. As Chris McGee, who started on the pole, makes his way in clean air.
I thought someone threw something at the building.
In that 24 car.
You okay? You have a little bit of a heart attack?
Wheeler in that 16, not looking very good as he's losing the pace. And the number 70 car of Lee Faulkner really falling back down on that back straight. We'll see him go to the pits. With 2 laps remaining, we're about to see their signal for 2 laps remaining. Roland Wheeler again getting sideways in turn 4 in that black 16. Pete Roeder has done a fine job in that 41 car, making his way up from 5th to 2nd. He's running very, very hard with 1 lap to go. And still, the top 4 are rounded out by that 16 of Roland Wheeler. It's McGee, it's Rhoda, it's the 82 car of Scott Sundin, and the 16 of Roland Wheeler. Looking for the checker flag. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The top 4 make it to the street stock feature event here at Seekonk Speedway.
Put back 2 spots for jumping the original start, which will put him back into 4th spot, but still a qualifying position. Okay, taking the track now will be the second of 2 consolation events, 10 laps the distance. 4 cars will qualify into the main event. On the pole out of Attleboro, Mass, the BNC Auto Machine, number 96 for Sparky Arsenal. Starting outside pole out of Tiverton, Rhode Island, the Sanford & Son Auto Parts, track racks, sliding truck racks, number 7 for Tony Ozlowski. Rodriguez looks him over. They hit the line. Green flag is out. We're underway. Tony Ozlowski with a good jump on the outside takes over the lead. Sparky Arsenal drops in behind for 2nd. Lou Rotundo 3rd. The 84 Gary Wainwright to the inside picks up that 4th spot. Bob Betancourt trying to make his way to the front. Also with Jerry DeGasperi Jr. in that number 71 car as he had to start scratch. He's already up to the 6th position alongside the 21 of Bobby Betancourt. I'm sorry, that 84 is Dave Radcliffe. Still out front, Tony Ozlowski, heavy pressure by Sparky Arsenal in that number 96 automobile. 3rd, Lou Rotundo. Dave Radcliffe 4th. 5th, the 85 of Tommy Scholler as Jerry DeGasperi moves to the outside of him. Tough break for Bobby Betancourt as he had to get off the gas just a bit, which allowed Jerry Jr. to get ahead. What are you looking for? EO1? Nope. Betancourt now tries the outside of Scholler, moves up to 6th, but DeGasperi up into 5th. He's trying to make his way into tonight's feature event. Currently in the top 5, I believe, in points. 3 wide going down the back straightaway. Gene Weston on the inside, Bobby Betancourt on the outside, Tommy Scholler in the middle. Betancourt sideways through the corner as he collects the 89 of Gary Wainwright. Front end damage to that automobile. Debris all over turn number 4, and the caution flag does come out.
Looks like Scott LaBelle in that 80 car took a lot of damage too. Or is that Gary Wainwright, excuse me, in the 89 car?
That's Gary Wainwright in the 89. Tough break. Jerry DeGasperi and the 00 of Gene Weston trying to make their way. Green flag is out. We're back underway. Tony O with a good jump on the front. Lou Rotundo gathering it back up, trying to make his way to the front. 84 Dave Radcliffe on the outside gets a little squirrely. Jerry Jr. to the inside of him, trying to make his way to the front. A little bit of bumper tag off the corner. Everybody does pull away. And the one car, Lou Rotundo, goes around, looks like the bumper bouncing down the corner. Also involved in that one, the 80 of Scott LaBelle. Tough break for Rotundo as he was running 4th at that time. And that looks like the front bumper off the qualifying spot. Dave Ratcliffe jumps into 3rd. Sparky drops back to 4th on the outside. Gene Weston on the inside is already back up to 6th spot. Trying to get his way back into a qualifying position. Black flag goes out. I did not catch what car, I believe, what car that did go out for.
Well, that's the 89 car. He's got a body panel, Kevin, rubbing against that right rear tire.
Okay, 2 laps to go for Tony O. Jerry Jr. in 2nd, the 84, Dave Radcliffe 3rd, and the 96 of Sparky Arsenal. Those are your top 4 cars. 4 cars do qualify into the feature event. White flag is out, 1 lap. Jerry G. Gasperi, little loose coming off the corner, trying to get underneath Tony. Not enough room as he backs off. Coming out of 2, he tries it once again. Does he have the room? No. Door is shut. Trying again out of 4. Sparky a little sideways through the corner. Drops back 1 position. That allows Gene Weston to move up into that 4th spot.
Inside of the 6th row from Swansea, Mass, number 14, Willie Linwood Cohen. On the outside of the 5th row from Pembroke, number 32, Billy Goodrow. On the inside of Bill from East Bridgewater, number 17, Mike Becker. From Taunton, in the 8th position, number 20, it's Skip Shoemaker. And on the inside of Skip, from Norton, number 02, Leroy Hudson. On the outside of the 3rd row from Rehoboth, number 45, Scott Estrella. And on the inside of Scott from Swansea, number 3, Joe Peary Jr. On the outside of the 2nd row from Providence, number 43, Ken Kohler Jr. Speedway gets ready to go. This is the last chance to get into the feature tonight. They're underway. And the 02 of Leroy Hudson. It's a rough start, and now we've got a spin on the 32 car in turn 2. This will bring out a caution. Bill Goodrow from Pembroke, Mass. We've got the green. The 08 of Rob Murray being challenged on the inside by Doug Morrow.
I've got it. Yeah.
Ribby in that 18 car taking the higher line. Not an easy groove here at Seekonk. Joe Peary on the 3, going down deep.
Very quick.
When is it going to be? It's going to be during the division, right?
We've got a 08 car right now. Your current leader, Rob Murray, hanging on. Ribby dropping back 2 spaces. Trying to make up for it, though, as they approach turn 4. Again, taking the high line.
With another.
Okay. Okay.
And there's a battle for 4th place. As Ribby now drops back. Right at 18 position in that 18 car.
Getting out of the cars.
Kenny Kohler in the 43. Holding it back.
You're going to go down there?
Yeah.
Scott Estrella in the 45. And now Goodrow once again is sideways in the same place. Bill Goodrow on the 32 gets loose in turn 2, bringing us once again under caution.
No,
And we're back under green. Doug Morrow on the 19 car, making its way around, taking the high side in that back straight, coming up underneath this period of shutting him out, not allowing any more ground for and still the 08 of Rob Murray, but the race is on in 4th position, that final qualifying spot. It's the 43 and the 45, neck and neck. Kohler and Scott Estrella
halfway.
at our halfway point. Fine racing indeed. Ribby, who started on the outside of the 1st row, is back in 5th position right now, doing what he can to maintain. Kenny Kohler Jr. wrapping up the top 4 as we Follow that midfield closely, ladies and gentlemen, because that's where the real racing is. Murray in the 08, Fury in the 3, Murrow in the 19,
17 around backwards.
Ken Kohler, and now we've got Mike Becker in the 17, spinning around in turn 4, and this will bring us under caution. So the same 2 cars. And we're back underway. We've got green. Who will be the final qualifier in this consolation heat? Number 43, Ken Kohler. Right now, he's got that last position as we get down to 1 lap to go. Rob Murray staring at the checker flag in that 08 car. It's Murray, it's Peary, and well, I'll tell you, that was a close one between Ken Kohler and the 43.
From B101
This
with the old
is
East
the-
cars on the track during
It's a green flag.
which will be 12. Yeah, which will be between
It goes for
12
92, trying to hold on. It's Billy Clark, who has been around this track so many times, knows so many stories about Seekonk Speedway right from its inception. Billy Clark. Billy is the granddaddy of this division. North American Auto #1 automobile. And Billy takes over the lead as Jeff Carter around the outside in Turk Gun Bay. As the 24, Ray Solier. Hold on to that 3. He's into a wide slide. Whoa! Ray had to decide whether he's got to stay there or not. As the 3 goes to the outside, he's got a real handling problem with that automobile, the truck. He's got to take it easy and get it out of there before he hurts somebody. It's the halfway mark. It's Billy Clark having it all his own way right now. And the 24, Ray Solier, coming across, holding down second, but a long ways to go. As Turk Gun Bay, the 92, Joe Putnam still trying to get all the handles put back into that 0 automobile. As I say, this division will be growing next week. We're going to pick up another one. Oh, Clarky's starting to smoke bad. Clarky's starting to smoke bad in that #1 truck.
Winner and runner-up. Everybody
White
gets a
flag.
dash
Look at the
flag.
smoke coming out of that thing.
There's 15. These are all peer judged. And these are
A lot of smoke.
15
A lot of smoke when he gets on it. That's a bad sign. A bad sign in that #1 auto truck. And as Billy comes out of the turn, Billy's going to win this one
Nobody
handily.
understands what's going on tomorrow. Everybody's
With the 24, Ray
Nobody
Solier
else
finishing in
can show
second.
on like this.
And Kirk finishing third. And the 0 of Joe Putnam.
Before we get into that, Jim, again, another word about tomorrow. Very special day here. For your $5 admission, you get an early entrance into the pit area to see the vintage cars on display. Sort of a pit party. There will be 70 classes of judging here at the Seekonk Speedway Vintage Car and Truck Show. Bruce Palmer from B101 will be providing the music appropriately enough. Oldies or our oldies cars.
Bruce himself is a old car buff.
There'll be a whole lot going on. It's going to be a great time, and all this will happen simultaneously, so get on down.
I think Bruce has got a 53 Chevy that he's restored himself, if I'm not mistaken.
Must be a beautiful car for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Restoration of cars. It's going to be, we're going to see a lot of that tomorrow afternoon. Be here, be part of it, folks, as well as the race cars. Good time to be had by all. Pete, you got that concert?
Yes, sir, Jim. We've got the Pro Stock Consolation, and soon you'll see the cars approach the track. On the pole tonight will be the number 57 of Wayne Newman, out of Cumberland, Rhode Island. From Middleborough, on the outside of Wayne, will be the 74 of Dave Blanchard. On the inside of the second row, from Somerset, number 46, Jeff Thompson. On the outside of the second row, from Coventry, 00, Rich Caparco. And back in the race from Riverside, number 22, Tony Dias Jr. In the 6th position from Warwick, number 0, Dave Sylvia. From North Dartmouth, in 7th position, number 64, George Rigo. And on the outside of George from Harrisville, number 56, James Whitehead. In the 9th position from Norton, number 55, Mark Labonte. We're waiting for word now in the 10th position, but taking up the 11th position from Uxbridge will be number 23 of Steve Channing.
I pay my doctor $5. I don't have to.
As soon as we get word on that 10th position, we will let you know.
What does he say? Are we going to end?
I used to.
They don't know who's starting 10th.
Oh, you did.
Okay. It's going back the original way. This one's coming over here.
Yes.
Should be all set.
Okay, and now the word is
It was messed up.
Steve Channing will move to 10th position in the number 23 car. He will round out the top 10 in this Pro Stock Consolation.
And for those of you folks who are looking for Norm Holden to come out onto this consolation, he will not be joining us. He did call it an early night. He did have a front end problem on that car, as I did go back into the pit area and saw them loading the car up and sending it back home to call it an early night. Tough break for Norm. It's his 2nd week back in the 95 season. Still got a couple of bugs to work out. The car he's running was driven quite a few years ago by Carl Bugsy Stevens as the number 18 automobile. Revamped that car and has decided to compete that car here each and every week at Seekonk Speedway.
Thank you for that update, Kevin. We appreciate it as you get out and about the pit area. And of course, most of the time you can meet Kevin and the drivers at Victory Lane.
Nope, no more. No, I'm not down there as often as I used to be. I try to set it up and tear it down, but Dana Rowe has taken over my Victory Lane duties as I am up here now and enjoying myself tremendously.
We see the 22 car, Tony Dias, back on the track after that mishap he had in the heat. The right front quarter. Mark Labonte in the 55 did not make it out. We've got to go. We've got rain. Caparco down underneath that inside groove as they go high on the inside, the outside of that back straight. Caparco can hang on to it though, as Dias now is really running very aggressively. And that 74 car of Dave Blanchard, that blue automobile, that 64 car, Rodrigo now, lost it completely, and he's going, yeah. We'll see if he makes it even to pit side. But he is high and out of the way. Blanchard, Dias, and the 57, Wayne Newman, 1, 2, and 3. This is the Pro Stock Consolation, the final opportunity for these drivers to make it to the future. And now we are under yellow as we go. And that 64 car comes to a complete stop at turn 2.
Lights on. Yep.
Gives the point and drops the green. Down we go. Dave Sylvia, that 0 car, really rocketed through the field. But the race is exciting in the front as Tony Dias is trying to get around outside of Blanchard in the 74. That's Rich Caparco in the 00, a familiar car indeed. Trying to find his way on the inside groove. Blanchard doing a great job of keeping Dias up high and away. But Dias finds the apex of turn 4 and drops down. We'll see if he can do it. Great job indeed. At the halfway mark. Again, Tony Dias drafting Blanchard in that 74. Looking for any opportunity of weakness on Blanchard's part. Dias will take advantage. And the 00 from Rich Caparco maintaining as well. Sylvia by you in the stands. You feel the vortex in the wind of these automobiles. The premier division here at Seekonk Speedway. Blanchard is holding things back as we get down to 2 laps. With 2 laps remaining, it's Blanchard, Dias on the outside in the 22, Caparco in the 00. 1, 2, and 3. Caparco gets loose but recovers. 1 lap to go. With Blanchard and Dias both staring down the checker flag, who will it be? And your winner is Dave Blanchard in the 74 automobile, followed by Dias and Caparco and Sylvia in the 0.
Outside of Jessica, and the number 08 out of Seekonk, Mass. in the Mr. G's Food and Spirits Friends automobile is Dick Cavallera. Starting 7th out of Pawtucket, Rhode Island, the 3D Rig and One-Stop Auto Repair State Line Recycling Redemption Center, number 47 for John Belmont. Outside of John, out of Warwick, Rhode Island, the J&D Auto Salvage, Rocks Liquors, Colettis Garage, number 26 for Tom Kiefer Jr. Starting 9th out of Fall River, Mass., the number 21 of Robert Longo. And outside of Robert is Barry Shore, and the number 85 out of Holbrook, Mass. Starting 11th, the BLG Construction, Sadvit Corporation, number 52 for Robert Avila Jr. Coming into 3 and 4, they're right at the line. Green flag is out. They hit the gas. We're underway. Eric Byrne not getting a good jump off the start. Howard Bishop taking the lead behind him. Billy Jalbert, last week's feature winner. And we got a tangle out in 3rd and 2nd corner. A couple of cars, the 93 of Donnie Estrella and the 21 car of Robert Longo get together. There's a bumper on the track, and that brings out the caution. Again, Al Rodriguez looking him over, looking for a start. Green flag is out. We're underway. Eric Byrne gets a good start this time around. Howard Bishop on the outside. Billy Jalbert jump out front. Ronnie Castro underneath Eric Byrne. Out front, the number 3 of Howard Bishop. Billy Jalbert runs 2nd. Eric Byrne gathers it up. Rolls back into the 3rd spot.
For the QT, to go down there.
50 for the TQ images. Does my father
For
know?
the QT.
The TQs.
And the 50.
Whatever, we're going down there for the midgets.
Okay, the 53 stalling on the back straightaway.
He could take it up to 34.
Okay, Billy Jalbert now out front. Howard Bishop falls back to 2nd. Eric Byrne, he's up into 3rd. He's putting heavy pressure on that 2nd spot. Going into 1 and 2, he does get it.
Bagnell's going to pits.
Greg Bagnell taking that number 34 pit side. Looks like he's got a problem. Going to call it an early night.
15 and 26 backwards.
And we got a spin out in turn number 3, the 15. And the 26 car, both of them getting around in that 3rd corner, bringing out the 2nd caution of the night.
It happens in the heat. There's something you can do about it. Looking for the green flag again. Billy Jalbert has got a pretty good grab on that lead. Has that 02 automobile. The 08 automobile trying to get up in there. That's Dick Cavallera. Dick Cavallera is on the piece of this too. On this first of 3 feature events for this division. This is the B feature. There is the 01 of Billy Jalbert. And look out because here comes that Dick Cavallera automobile from Seekonk, the 08. Eric Byrne in the He has got that blue 600 motivated, but so has the 43 car. Jessica Manson is trying to hold on. And they're going for that 4th and 5th spot right now. To go, it's still anybody into the corner, in tight, goes the 08 as he tries to get on the job and out the outside, but no, as Billy Jobert hangs on the 55 at the last bit. Eric Burns, who has the pole, spins out at the last and finishes way behind everybody else, but we had ourselves a go as Billy Jobert and this one first. There was no handicapping between the three features, but we've still got a long ways to go as we get into our feature segment of this evening's program. The winning drivers will head out to Victory Lane, which is over by the Antique Racers. And
Dana Rowe.
Dana Rowe is over there. I couldn't complete total black. But Dana Rowe,
Is it BSM?
Huh?
BSM? WBSM?
is it WBSM? WBSM, it's a different anyway. He has a, on all afternoon on the Sunday, he has some fantastic interviews over there.
BSM. You're right, Joe.
BSM, yes.
Yeah, when I was up there just listening to Dana just now, he races, and remember, the midgets are what this track was originally built for. So come on down, admission price is $5, kids under 12, free. We're ready now for the street stock feature race here at Seekonk Speedway. As they make their way onto the field, we will start at the rear of the field in the 26th position from Warwick, the number 00 of Gene Weston on the inside of the 13th row. Then from New Bedford, 41 is Pete Rhoda. On the outside of the 12th row from Warren will be number 84, Dave Ratcliffe. On the inside of Dave from Fiskville, number 16, Roland Wheeler. On the outside of the 11th row from Pawtucket, number 71, Jerry DeGasperi Jr. On the inside of Jerry from East Douglas, number 82, it's Scott Sundin. Out of Tiverton, on the outside of the 10th row, number 7, Tony Olszewski. And on the inside of Tony from Edgartown, number 24, Chris McGee. Starting in 18th position from Seekonk, number 02, Matt Dewey. On the outside of the 2nd row from Bristol, number 65, Ron Luro. And on the inside of Ron from Seekonk, number 25, Dave Furtado. In the 1st row, outside position from Fairhaven, number 62, Russ Tatro Jr. And the pole sitter tonight for this feature race. Cautiously, patiently lines them up, gives them the green. A 26-car field, anything can happen. Chris Robbins in the 91, feeling the pressure of 25 automobiles breathing down his neck. And sideways, we've got a mishap.
Oh, wow.
With sparks flying, a lot of cars involved on turn 2. Bringing us under a caution. Sideways, it's the 02 car. Back underway is the 71, the 116 involved, and Jim Sylvia. Tangled up on the infield, it's the 63 automobile of Kenny Spencer. Stopped completely on the back straight, the number 7 car. Tony Olszewski, a tough break for him, and on the infield, getting out of his car right now. He is okay. We're trying to get a number on that automobile. He sustained so much left side damage from our vantage point, we can't even see the number. What a job of racing they're doing up at the top of that pack. Dave Furtado in that red 25 with the lead. Being challenged inside by the 91 of Chris Robbins, and outside, it looks like the 05. tremendous job indeed as they get down deep. It's the 65 car. Ronnie Luro taking second position as he got inside Chris Robbins in the 91. But still, it's the 25 of Dave Furtado with your current lead. And a black flag for the 86. He's got problems. Like Camara, looks like he's got a tire rubbing or something.
His right front wheel bearing's ready to go on fire, I'm not sure. Oh no, the right front, whatever it is.
He's third in points.
Jim Powers, and it looks like it may be a right front wheel bearing.
What does the alternate say?
There is no race for the lead right now. The fight continues for fourth position. The 91 car, Chris Robbins feeling the heat, holding back the pack, and we get sideways down on the infield.
38.
And the 59 car also involved. He's slowing down as he's got the high line on turn 1. 38 car now. It looks like he's got a shower of sparks underneath. That's Keith Morrow. 59 car limping back to the pits, but out of the way at this time.
It's not in the lineup unless something happens.
Jose Ferrer Jr. on that back straight. Dave Furtado in the red 25 with no challenges whatsoever at the halfway point. It's the 65 car of Ronnie Luro in second position, and the number 9 car, excuse me, the number 91 car in third position. A tremendous amount of racing action. Scott Seredinsky in that 53 has made his way up to fourth from the inside of the 6th row, 11th position. And he's about to conquer the 3rd spot. Dropping deeper into the field is the 91 car, that gold car of Chris Robbins who started on the pole. Scott Seredinsky just dominated the mid-pack to make his way up to 3rd.
Oh, second turn, third turn.
And between 2 and 3, we've got a yellow now.
3 and 4.
Excuse me, 3 and 4. The 0-0 makes his way out of it. Gene Weston. And with 13.
Be here early. Bring your car. Make sure you know your friends know.
And we're back underway. And as you see, as Jim mentioned, there's the 53 car. Already made his way up into 2nd place. A very, very smart driver indeed, Scott Seredinsky. I'm sure Dave Furtado on the 25 feels the heat. And now the pack opens up with 5 laps to go. Pete Roeder in the 41 looking for the pits. 5 laps to go. Ronnie Luro in the 65 rounding out the top 3 as that 81 gets very sideways. He may have a problem. Jimmy Lawrence in the yellow 81 midfield. Again, keep in mind, Seredinsky in the 53 started in the 11th position to make his way up now to competitively challenge that leader. A 0-0 car of Gene Weston with a lot of front body damage.
2 to go.
With 2 laps to go, we are approaching 2 laps to go. Will Dave Furtado in the 25 be able to hang on? Furtado, he sees the white flag. What must be running through that man's mind right now when he's got Scott Sierenditsky breathing down his neck? The checker flag is out and ready, and it's waved, and here we go. It's Furtado in the 25, followed by Scott Sierenditsky. And what a race it was, but the number 25 car, Dave Furtado, out of Seekonk, Hollister Auto Body.
Special network remote. We go to the program with Carpenter
I don't know if
Seekonk
Furtado was thinking
Speedway.
it was, oh shit, what are they going to find illegal on this car? Because every time Sierenditsky finishes second, the winner gets DQ.
Okay, if you have that smiley face in your program on your Cisco's ad, now's the time to come collect your prize. So come on down beneath the tower to the souvenir stand and collect your prize. Some of the prizes you're eligible for tonight are from the Villa Restaurant, South Attleboro, Mass. $25 gift certificate. Bo James Restaurant, North Main Street, Providence, Rhode Island, a gift certificate. Seekonk Grand Prix, Route 6 Seekonk has passes for go-kart rides. Subway at Seekonk, Route 6 across from Heartland has free subs. American Rent-A-Car, Lakeville, Mass. has discount pricing. They sponsor Formula 4 number 27. Do-Right Donuts, Dogs, and Desserts from Seekonk has a gift certificate. Old Country Buffet, Seekonk Square, and Seekonk.
Street, 1-4.
He's going to do a feature.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Very quickly, we need Kevin Folan in the 110, Dave Jordan in the 99, Tommy Furtado in the 5, Brian Dane in the 67, Willie Scholler in the 84, Tommy Furtado in the 5,
Spunky Arsenal.
Spunky Arsenal in the 96, Chris Robbins in the 91, and Harry Vega in the 90. All those cars finished Taylor and Charlie in their particular features in the past couple of weeks. And the new owners of Grace Karlaki has a gift certificate for Taylor and Charlie's. They feel that everybody should get some kind of recognition. And so if you will come to the program booth, you'll get your gift certificate from Grace Karlaki. I did wipe it off, but I did.
Okay, out on the track now, the Sportsman feature event. On the pole out of Rehoboth, Mass, the W.E. Prey, Wesco Oil, Shiny's Car Care, number 89, for Ronald Reed. Outside of Ronald, out of Swansea, Mass, and the Levesque Tree Service, Cody and Tobin Steel, Broadway Auto Parts, number 3, Kenny Colvin, and outside of Kenny. Out of 15th, Corey Goodrow, start 16th, Tom Scully and Ray Alexander, Ron Murray, Joe Perry Jr., Tom Morrow, Steve Ribby, Joe Cadere, Jeff Furtado round out the field. Okay, green is out. Ronald Reed gets a good jump on the field. Currently running second. The 13, Rich McRae, Kenny Colton runs third. All three of these gentlemen looking for their first feature win ever in the Sportsman division. Currently running fourth, Paul Vanessa, the number 9, fifth. Kenny Bamford, Dave Titus in the deuce. On the inside, runs sixth. Mr. Outside, Ray Alexander, make a sandwich out of the 55 of Dana Willis as they try to make their way to the front. Glenn Young to the inside of the line, making it 4 wide through the corner. Everybody makes it through. Bobby Pellin Jr. now to the inside, also making it 3 wide. A lot of side-by-side action in this Sportsman event feature. Ronald Reed trying to open up the lead because he's got about an 8-car length lead on the 13 of Rich McRae. Manchester moves to the outside of Dave Titus. Now sets his sight on Kenny Bamford. Ray Alexander moving well up through the field. Ray started back in the 18th position last week's 50-lap Sportsman event winner. Now trying the outside of Bobby Pellin and Glenn Young in the 99 automobile. Manchester sideways through the front of that car, extremely loose coming out of turn number 4 as he's pushing it as hard as it will go. Kenny Cole and Doug Morrow, the 20 of Skip Shoemaker, and the 18 of Steve Ribby all coming together. We've got water on the racetrack.
20 buses. We got another jam up over there.
And a couple of other cars getting together in the third corner. Looks like the 16 of Robert Wright. And I can't see who that other automobile is. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off like that.
Well, Ron Reed was running 1.63 seconds ahead of his...
Ronald Reed, the 89 car, with a good jump, drifts a little high. Richard McRae gets underneath in the corner. A little bit sideways coming up, but he gathers it up. We got a race for the lead. Coming into 3 and 4, McRae on the inside, Reed on the outside, side by side, halfway. 12 laps are down, 13 to go. Reed back out front. McRae settles back into second spot. Kenny Colvin and Dave Titus battle for that third spot. Kenny Bamford currently runs 5th. I'm sorry, that's Paul Vanessa in the number 9. Kenny Bamford runs 6th on the inside of Ed Ginn in the 3rd. Right behind them, Billy Manchester.
23 the pits.
Kenny Cole in the 43 car, bringing that car back into the pits. That car is not right. We got a spin into turn number 1. The 7 of Tom Scully and the 12 of Bobby Pellin Jr. Tough break for these two gentlemen as they were running mid-pack. These two cars getting together. Bobby Pellin gets his car straightened out and away. Points the flag at the line, letting them know that's where he wants them to start. Green flag is out. We're back underway. Ronald Reed with a good jump this time takes over. With Richard McRae not giving up yet. Dave Titus to the outside of Ken Colvin for that third spot, trying to make his way to the front. Kenny Bamford, Colvin S. moves to the outside of Kenny Colvin, trying to get his way. Side-by-side action deep in the pack. Kenny Bamford trying to hold off Ed Gannon, who is on the outside of him for that 7th position. Tough break. Glenn Young goes high. Kenny Bamford cut right front tire in that automobile. The 18 car, Steve Ribby, goes around. Looks like the 55 car, Dana Willis, having some problems going through the corner as that car is extremely slow going down the back straightaway. Tough break for Kenny Bamford, who was running up towards the front of the pack, and Steve Ribby, the number 18 car, that Edward Auto Parts.
It's ice cream. That's
I'm sorry, no lemonade. I was wrong. Okay, we're back underway. Richard McRae trying to make a race out of it. Oh, we've got a jam up on the front. Richard McRae, the 89 of Ronald Reed, getting together going into the first corner. Tough break for these two gentlemen. Also getting involved in that, the 7 of Tom Scully. Tough break. Ronald Reed looking for his first sportsman victory of the 95 season. Ed Gann in the 3rd. Green flag is out. We're back underway. Billy Manchester with a good run. Glenn Lyon follows suit right behind. And right behind him, the number 4, Mr. Outside of Ray Alexander. Paul Vanessa taking his car back out of the pit area just in time to rejoin this race. Glenn Lyon with the fine run last week, finishing 2nd behind the 4 car in last week's 50-lap sportsman event. As Paul Vanessa a little sideways coming off the corner, turn number 4. I wonder what he's got to say about that. Outside of him, Ed Ginn in the 3rd, looking for his 2nd. When green flag is out, we're back underway. Billy Manchester with a good jump. Glenn Lyon follows suit right behind for that 2nd spot. Right behind him, the 4 car of Ray Alexander. Bobby Pellin Jr. in the 12 has moved his way through the field very nicely as he sits now in 7th. Battling now with the 99 of Glenn Young. back of the pack, pole Vanessa in that number 9 automobile. He's already passed several cars on just a few laps. We got 5 laps to go. Ed Ginn in the third, making a race for it on the outside of Billy Manchester, as he's trying to get his second win, as is Glenn Lund in that number 70, trying the inside, but not enough room. Manchester trying to hold on with everything he has. 4 laps to go. Ed Ginn in the third, making every move he can to try to get to buy that number 95 automobile. Coming out of turn number 4, 3 laps to go still. Billy Manchester out front. Going down the back straightaway into turn 3, Lawton now to the inside of Ed Ginn in Manchester, a little bit sideways, 2 laps to go. Manchester still holding on with everything he can. Lawton trying to get by. Gannon for that third spot. Joe Perry runs 4th. Ray Alexander runs 5th. 1 lap to go. White flag is out. Billy Manchester holding off the number 70 of Glenn Lawton. Ed Ginn in the third to the outside, trying to make a last big effort. Going into 3 and 4. He's got him on the outside. Coming out of 4 and side by side. Coming across the stripe. It's Billy Manchester taking his first win of the 1995 season, making him the 11th different winner in 12 weeks. I'll be back.
Next week is VOC, right?
Yep.
What?
Next week is VOC, right?
Yeah.
And one of the 95 sponsors, of course, is VOC, which is the former corporate name of Airco. It's VOC now, and remember it, as they have been absorbed. Not absorbed, but they changed the name as it became a corporate across the nation, around the world. VOC gases. We're waiting right now. I believe that Walter Elliott is standing by, ready to go at the American 3/4 Midget Racing Association feature event. And Walter has been out to the pits with his guys. And Walter, we heard that a lot of your guys are so excited about tomorrow and seeing some of these cars that a lot of them are planning on staying over. What's that, name model?
It's a Model A.
I said, isn't it?
You saw that, right?
Yeah, I'm really impressed with the variety of machinery.
I go race cars 42 years, and I often wonder what else would I be doing if I didn't drive race cars. But I've known the Vendetti family for years. I remember 5 years when I used to go to school and pass by a house and she'd be out there waiting. Then later on, she married Anthony, and they raised a family, one of the finest families I ever met. I don't know why they got me for this job here, but I appreciate it, and I'm really honored. Fans from Seekonk are the greatest. Thank you very much.
Dave.
Show your plan, turn around, picture. There you go.
Right here. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give Dave Humphrey a big round of applause. And Mrs. Vendetti, before you take off, we do have a special presentation for you also. As Ernie Boucher from Ernie's Collectibles and Don Mills from Don Mills Models have a 50th anniversary collectible for you, done by First Gear. It's a limited edition 50th anniversary special to Seekonk Speedway. And this is the very first model that is being distributed. And ladies and gentlemen, this model is now available up at the novelty stand on the front straightaway. And for every one that is purchased, $2 is going to the memory of D. Anthony Vendetti into the Seekonk Fire Department as a donation.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I said, Dad, it's what we do.
Congratulations.
And Kevin, if I can interject, we invite all of our loyal race fans to come back tomorrow and see Dave Humphrey riding around in his original vintage automobile midget. It's going to be a tremendous day indeed. So come on down. This is just a taste of what you'll see.
Reeder, Casper, and Lindblad have to be down the road here in Massachusetts.
Ladies and gentlemen.
We're about to go racing. Green flag! And my tire back swap still goes on. He's slowing down on the point. On the point, lap 1 is... Surprise! Danny Stewart, 0-1. Followed by Monty Lewis in the 20. Back on the boys. He's starting to fade from the field. Fade back. It's a side-by-side fight, and it's... Suzuka, AJ Suzuka, AJ 2 taking the point. These cars are getting around here at about under 12 seconds left. They're racing in the low to mid 60 mile per hour bracket. Second place between John Rapp on the outside and on the inside, John Payne. Here's John White. John Adams according to 51. We have a yellow flag condition now, turn 1. Oh dear, that's Blue Mets. The youngster, second-year driver. Go down back stretch, we almost have 3 abreast, but it's still, and on the point now is 51, Don Adams. Dan Adams is trying to pull away as Lindblad Suzuki. And his brother Tim is right there in third spot. He just, it is Zeus. In fact, he's starting to scrape on the pavement a little bit. And we have a slow car in turn 4. We're on the inside, Willie Mullin in time. And that's our Constructors champion, Tim Adams. marker out. It's blue Max again. No, blue Max takes a shortcut. And he stalls for a second yellow flag. This doesn't seem to be blue Max's night. Green flag. John Payne Jr. right now will take second spot. Joe Lord is now by himself fighting Richie Boyd for third spot. Fight seems to be for third. And Mike Tyleback's coming into the picture. Now he collects fifth spot. No, he's moving up into fourth spot now. 5 laps to go. But a battle at the moment seems to be for second place among John Payne, Joe Lord, and Mike Tyleback. Well, ladies and gentlemen, when everything was said and done,
Big chassis manufacturer here in this area.
and it's a Lindblad chassis who makes fine open wheeler and late model chassis frames. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that does it for the ATQ and Murray stop here at Seekonk, but we have additional races coming up.
Just before you go, we have to add something to your bill for coming here. We have to throw away all of our watches, all of our timing devices. They're all broken. All of our timing devices are broken because they show that the American three-quarter midget racing cars were getting around better than a half a second faster than the midgets. And if you think I'm going to be able to tell that to Earl Grant, we have to start with all brand new clocks because he's going to trash them all. In the world, our national anthem. Automobiles that man can put together, ready to go, ready to do battle for 35 times around. Wheel-to-wheel combat. They can relax now, but very, very shortly it'll be no relaxing as they will be tied to total concentration Pat Evans making his journey up here to be part of this big weekend. We welcome Pat to Racing with Jesus Men's an important part of everybody's life. Bob Manel on the track. He is our local race. To ourselves again. Yes, the green flag comes out. Manny Dias grabbing a big portion of that lead right now. Number 5, look out, the 87, a little squirrely in the turn. You got 3 or 4 sideways, somebody almost into the wall. The 74 crossways of the racetrack as Dave Blanchard down on the infield. The yellow comes out. The yellow comes out. Where's that up there?
64. George Rigo.
George Rigo, who was well in the back and trying to get up there quickly. Dias grabbing it again, down the back stretch. Dias and Joey Sorello. Single it out.
Jim, I'll tell you, that's a tremendous sight as they make their way down that front straight in front of us. To feel the wind and hear that thunder.
Dias is sliding through the turn. Dias is using up a lot of the turn. Watch him as he goes through these 3rd and 4th turn. He's using all the turn to get through there. Really, really on the edge. Cirillo would like to get under him, but he isn't quite sure. Now Cirillo gets under him. Dias is well out to the outside. Gomer Taylor in the 3, right behind Cirillo. Buddy Estelle is right behind Dias. I don't like the way Dias is running at all.
Kind of loose.
Awful loose. He's using everything he can to keep that thing around there.
He's also using last week's tires like that.
Cost him his car. Yeah.
Mike Bowler, Jim, in that 10 car got a little locked together with Dias. They strained out, but not quite lost the ground.
Three deep in the backstretch. 3 deep in the backstretch for that one of the backup positions. As Tex Barry proves to be a hard man to get by, and he went 3 deep to get by. Hang on, there goes the Ford in front of Cavallero. As Estelle and Cavallero get together, Estelle is looking for Hamble all over the plate. Estelle grabs a hold of the sun visor, pulls it back into light again, and we continue to run. Cirillo has the lead. Dias outside. Gomer Taylor electing to follow Cirillo. Estelle follows Taylor. Jimmy Q in the 01 comes up the outside. Taylor very slowly inching by the 29.
Oh.
And we get a jam up between the 9 and the 18. As Chad Chase and Tex Barry get tangled up.
And it looked to me, Jim, I could be wrong on this, but they just got a little bit locked and simultaneous.
Homer and Fred on the outside. Joey and Manny on the inside. Cirillo got a big lead on Gomer. Cirillo got a whole shot on Gomer that took him all the way back. But Estelle gets under Taylor's 3. Sitting now in 3rd
just turned a 13.48 lap. That's 66.76 miles per hour.
It's halfway. What's legend number 5, trying to stay in front. Manny Dias trying to hold on to that second spot again. But it's down. Hold on to that turn, everybody squeezes. Ray Lee gets underneath. Ray Lee got in underneath Jimmy Hughes and took that spot by force. Ray Lee literally drove into the hole. Jimmy Jones could not close the door. Ray Lee has got the 33 in motion. Bowman trying to keep that 33 underneath him. Making his move. But he still makes his move to the outside. Still makes a move to the outside. Joey Cirillo hanging in there.
And the 56 goes limping down the back straight, Jim. He's been having trouble all night. 10 laps to go.
Estelle takes over so long. Estelle is real swirly. He had to get out of it and back into it again. Yeah. Danny Dias had a look with some place to go. Now Ray Lee with 10 laps to go. Tries to move up. Cirillo's still hanging on. There's a still waiting too long to make any kind of a move. Will there be time? Next time around, it'll be 2 laps. Cavallaro's running one of his best races. 2 laps to go.
Make sure you mention that after the race.
Oh, I will. 2 laps to go. I think sure. Bobby Tripp is having problems and he's stuck on the turn. The yellow is out. Oh, my. But tangle webs we do weave. This, Joey Cirillo does not want this, although Cirillo has. Let's see what's going to happen now. Once again, Cirillo has the jump. Once again, Dias comes in under. Freddie Estelle. White coming out. Last lap. All the way around hard. Joey Cirillo keeping in the lead. The 48 into the turn as hard as he can go, throwing it all to buttons. And Joey Cirillo wins himself a feature win.
And we've got a big wreck, Jim.
And a lot of cars sideways across the start-finish line. The Caritas Racing Engine, car number 5, Joey Cirillo.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's not take that away. A lot of cars involved. Martin Dias, Tex Barry Jr.
Is that his first win?
I believe that's his first win.
He's a champion, past champion.
As the past champion finds that first one hard to come by here in this 95 season. Of course, that happens. You can be a past champion, you can be great, and you go right into the, where would you go? Right into the
downward smile.
Yeah. You can go right down quickly. And look at Elliott. You know, he was the #1 in the world, I guess, for the year, and he's found it terribly hard to go any place after that. Right now, our past champion, Joey Cirillo, picking up. He's also sponsored by Rhode Island Drive Shaft, among others. Proud to put their names on the side of that car. You guys doing Formula 4 here?
That was an exciting win indeed.
Which is coming up first?
Starting 5th out of Warwick, Rhode Island, the Blackstone Roof and Action Container number 19 for Richard Duffy. And outside of Richard, the Crystal Ice North American Auto Silver Brothers Towing number 32 out of Seekonk, Mass for Russ Harris. Starting 7th out of Plymouth, Mass in the Old Cape Machine Shop, Coca-Cola of Cape Cod Suburban Auto Parts. Number 78 is Dana Savory. And outside of Dana out of Warwick, Rhode Island in the number 84, Bill Scholler. Starting 9th, the Action Auto Parts, P&P Auto Center, Allied Transmission, First Line Speed, number 56 out of Cranston, Rhode Island for Wayne King Jr. And outside of Wayne, the Benz Viltral Village, Connecticut, the Saw Weberly Tire, Spafco Race Chassis, number 05 for Richard Barry. And outside of Richard, one of last week's feature winners, the out of Rumford, Rhode Island, the engines by Benz, Seekonk Grand Prix Planchette, Boutique number 82 for Bobby Planchette. Starting 15th out of Westport, Mass, the Quality Island Construction, Granum Enterprises, Gray Line Sheet Metal, number 02 for Ray Parent. And outside of Ray, out of North Green flag is out, we're underway. Al King gets a good jump on the field. Mike Buck, number 19 of Richard Duffy, 3 wide into turn number 1. Coming out of turn 2, Mike Butts in second. He's trying the outside of Al King. Richard Duffy in that 19 though on the inside, trying to make his way to the front. Robin Sloan moves high on the raceway. She may have a problem on that number 37. We got a spin out in turn 1. Can't quite catch the number on that. Al King Jr. still out front. Mike Butts running second. Richard Duffy third, but a tough battle. Here comes the 20 of Stanley Sherman as he picks his way through and threads the needle to the front, to the outside. Coming out of turn 4, we got a new leader, Stanley Sherman, in that 20 automobile. As he leads his pack around. Number 90 car, Harry Vega, being black flagged. A little bit of liquid coming out of that. Jerry Berthelin, that 4 automobile, looking to take over second from Al King. Tries to set his side on Stanley Sherman. Stanley Sherman's got a half a straightaway lead on the field. Mark Cunha shows him halfway, 5 laps down, 5 laps to go. Stanley Sherman out front, Jerry Berthelin second, Al King Jr. third, Richard Duffy fourth, and fifth in that 63 with a hot battle is Mike Butts. Jerry Vandal in that 81 car. I'm sorry, David Vandal in that 81, their points leader, trying to make his way through. As he puts pressure on Al King Jr. on that 75 for the third place. Stanley Sherman leads him down. Jerry Berthelin doing all he can to catch him. But here comes David Vanville, your points leader in the Formula 4 division. 8 laps down, 2 laps to go. Mark Cunha shows him the twist. Mercury very nicely. The fourth, Jerry Berthollet started back in 60. Stanley Sherman started 11th, 1 lap to go. For Stanley Sherman trying to take his third win of the 1995 season in the Formula 4 division. Coming out of turn number 4, he's got the white and checker in hand, and the checker is out for Stanley Sherman. And the Sherman truck in number 20. Second was the number 4 of Jerry Berthollet. Third, David Banville. Fourth, the 75 of Al King Jr. Good run for Stanley Sherman. Don't go away, folks. We still got one feature event left for the Formula 4. It'll be their C Division feature. And Pete Silva standing by with that lineup.
Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate it. And we appreciate all of you, ladies and gentlemen, that have been here for tonight's racing.
Yes.
This is the Formula 4 division, my favorite here, the entry level. And this is the C feature. Starting on the pole from the summit will be the number 41 car of Dana Mitchell. On the outside of Dana from Pawtucket will be the number 8 of Cheryl Doobie. On the inside of the second row from Providence will be the number 18 of Skip Potter. On the outside, in the 20th position from Providence, number 29, Jason Mosca. Looking for a full field and a great feature race here in the Formula 4 division. Very strict rules in this division indeed. This is the least expensive way to get into stock car racing. Clean start. We've got the green flag. Cheryl Doobie really getting out ahead, and before we even complete a lap, we've got a real tangle. People still going sideways on that back straight. Continuing under green, and we get a yellow. The cars cannot clear out in time. And so without even a lap complete, we're under yellow.
Tough break for Cheryl Doobie as he...
We've got it. Cheryl Doobie trying to regain the kind of momentum she had earlier. Whoa, and once again on the same turn at the same time, we get into a tangle. Maintaining the green flag though. Doobie in that 8 car holding off the competitors, and up through the pack comes the 31 of Jonathan Bradshaw, who started on the outside of the 7th row. Cheryl Doobie losing ground quickly as Bradshaw takes the high line and gets around her. And up through now comes the 28 car of Ken Casper. Cheryl Doobie was not able to hang on to that lead that she had. Bradshaw, Casper, and now the 88 automobile in third. A lot of racing action going on right now in your top 3, and whoa, we just get a little bit sideways. That 88 car barely catching the tail end. He's recovering now at our halfway point.
Nothing like getting a little bump from Dad going into the corner.
Absolutely not, I'll tell you, but now that gave the 31 car an awful lot of momentum and room. Jonathan Bradshaw was able to take advantage of that. Now he's got 3 or 4 car lengths ahead of him.
Now having to deal with a little bit of traffic.
13 cars, lap traffic indeed. Bradshaw, again, the 88 automobile behind him in second. And the 28 car of Ken Casper in third. Kevin Casper in that 88 trying to get around Bradshaw as they battle it out. Kevin Casper making his move, finding the apex of the turn, but cannot drop down low enough with only 2 laps to go.
He gets a good jump on the inside.
He did a great job indeed. He gets down on the inside, still fighting it out for the lead, but now that 31 car has dropped way, way out of sight. As Kevin Casper looks at the white flag, indicating 1 lap to go.
And the 8 car of Cheryl Doobie has lost a lot of water